that new whip. Hey, Jose the do drip.
And we're live.
Welcome to Bet Records, where we talk about hot topics, ideas, and all the shit you really want to hear.
And here we are, a special episode, more geared towards stonks and gains and trains, you know what I'm saying? Choo-choo, my dude. Q-Tip is in the money-making mood with that Las Vegas shirt on, baby. We're making dollars make you holler all day, every day. If you haven't hit that like, subscribe button, do that, and then restart the episode just so you can figure out what you've been missing. Jumping in, if you're not in Rivian by now, I don't know if it's too late. I don't know. I think it's going to the moon, especially once they start production of the Amazon delivery trucks, which they have a contract to make 100,000 odd units from what I read. Once that gets going, it's going to be worth more than Tesla. Tesla's only a consumer type car. They're going into more the sporty thing. They're turning more into like a GM based company, whereas I feel like Rivian's going to be a lot more of like a business oriented company, where they do like UPS, Amazon delivery trucks, stuff of that nature, as well as they also have stuff that in the works for semi trucks is a couple of things have working too. That's more of a kind of a
further down the road
thing.
Yeah.
They're mainly focusing on these delivery trucks.
Yeah. Do you remember seeing a date at all for those? Like, was it
No,
22, end of 22?
No, I'm not sure when the exact date is. I know they're trying to roll them out here sometime this next year. That's why everybody's going nuts on it. Mm-hmm. Opened up at $78 a share, quickly rose to about $120 on the first day.
Yep.
Second day rolled up to about $140. I figured it might pull back at that point, but sure enough, it jumped. It kept going up to 160 the third day, quickly surpassing and being the third automaker in the United States.
Most valuable.
The valuable, yep. And now we're at 170, 180 almost.
172.9 currently while recording.
Tuesday evening.
That's crazy.
I don't know what to say. If you're not in, I don't know if you wait for the dip or you just jump in at this point. Trenton, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's really tough, and I've been debating this myself. So I just said, all right, you know what? I'm gonna throw $20 in this one. Whenever I see it live on that day, I missed it by I think a half hour or something. So I went in at about 102 was my average cost. Threw $20 at it. I was at 35 total today, so I took my 20 out, so I got 15. Fun play money with it. So, and I've been debating that myself because Amazon has 20% ownership in this company as well.
Yep.
So it's not shocking that it keeps going up, but I keep thinking to myself, okay, there's no way that this is just going to be green forever. I don't know if it's going to be this week yet, if it's going to be during Thanksgiving week, as the holidays come around. I think December and January typically are good months as well for stocks, which kind of makes me question all of it, honestly, because something should correct here. I think the weekend of, if not after Thanksgiving, might have a little bit of a pullback, and that might be the time to dive into this one. But if they're backed by Amazon this much, and they're backed by a lot of well-known celebrities as well, from reading as well, just the EV hype in general is high right now. I think this is still a good riser for this week.
Yep.
The next couple of weeks, if you're not in this one, definitely make sure to get this on your watch list. I think that is kind of the time to go into this one. What do you think? Do you think there's going to be a pullback, Josh?
There's definitely going to be a pullback at some point. I don't know when it's going to be. I don't know how it's going to be.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just going to be kind of news oriented. Something's going to happen with something, and I think it's going to affect it. I think we're going to shoot up. I think we're going to see 200. I don't know. It's going to be, once it hits that, I'm going to be wary at least of maybe selling my profits and reinvesting the profits in somewhere else. But I'm not sure. If it keeps going,
just gotta watch it.
That's easy money at that point.
Yeah, we just got to keep watching it. It's interesting to see all these EV companies kind of change over this week right now just because of all the hype again. Because Tesla was at, I believe, at their all-time high of almost 1,100 per share, and they dropped significantly below that 4-digit mark, all the way down to 989 per share. Even looks like 984 per share at the very lowest on the 15th. And that has corrected today to almost 5% back in the green there too, which we saw coming. But a lot of people did kind of do what you're saying, except with Tesla and now Rivian. All right, let's take our profits out of Tesla. Let's keep some of our shares in there and whatever, and let's throw it in this new one. Because everyone's on the Biden train of EV everything. Plug stations as well. I believe Plug and Blink have been doing pretty decent as well this week. Have you been watching those ones, Q-Tip?
I've kept an eye on them as here and there. Not really paying too much attention lately, but I know that they are going to become a lot more important as the EV market grows, obviously.
Yeah. Because Blink charging alone this week up 30%, went from 32 currently today at a little bit over $44 per share.
Wow.
And those again are going to be those charging stations for all these vehicles that all these different companies are starting to release over the next couple of years here. So we got to get these stations out there because obviously it's just like a gas station. You need stations for the cars to kind of move around. And speaking of more companies that are coming out, tomorrow or today, when you're probably listening to this one, SEV, the ticker symbol for SONO Group, is coming out. They're going to be the first company, I believe, to start an IPO on the market that is developing a solar energy-powered vehicle. And they were initially going to be released, they were recording this on the 16th, but it sounded like due to high demand, they pushed it back a day. Shares were estimated to be about 15 to 19 per share. It is reported that it will open at 15 per share tomorrow. What are you guys' thoughts about diving into this one?
It's not a bad dive. I don't think it's going to have the same effect as, say, Rivian or Tesla type thing, just because it's not electric-based. It's kind of a new field. Solar, I don't think people are as excited about solar power, just in terms of cars. Solar power is a really booming industry, especially in more of the southern states where the sun is out for most of the year. Up here in the northern states, not as much, just because we have more weather-related things that
can. Gotta sweep snow off them sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta sweep snow if they get iced up, and then you get a hailstorm. They're probably bound to crack and do stuff like that. We're not saying they don't get that stuff in the south. It's just a lot less likely than
an extreme
than these northern states that get a lot more snow and ice and all
New
that
York
stuff.
or whatever, especially.
So I think it's a good idea. The only problem is, what are you gonna do if you're in a state, say it rains for a week and you don't get any sun? You still get some solar energy through the clouds via the sun. That's still a thing. But it's not as much as, say, a fully sunny area. So it's almost going to have to go into more of a hybrid market to where you can plug it in and do the solar. And at that point, me as a consumer, I would almost just rather have all electric, because hybrids are notoriously garbage.
Yeah, it seems like an underdeveloped market, not as well done as it should be. I think a lot of people are more wary about solar power than just general electric power.
And my kind of question marks with this one is, and I never even honestly thought about that. Let's say you have 2 weeks of clouds or whatever. How are they going to battle that? Is that even really a concern? Because I definitely honestly don't understand the technology one bit. I get solar panels and shit, you know what I mean? I just don't know exactly how or what their plan is with that kind of a scenario.
Well, and are you the question is too, are you going to qualify for all the same incentives that an EV qualifies for?
Sure.
Because technically a solar powered vehicle is different than a electric vehicle. And I believe all of the government incentives and tax breaks and all the stuff they're putting out for electric vehicles don't qualify for, say, a hybrid solar powered car, if that makes sense. And is it going to be a full solar, or is it going to be, again, a hybrid with, say, gas yet?
Sure.
Where they're just testing out the features, which at that point, again, EVs or hybrids are notoriously garbage. Other than Prius, they're probably the only company that ever made a decent hybrid.
Mine's pretty dope.
I
got a battery. I got 2 batteries in my car.
Your car's not a hybrid.
Yeah, it's half electric. I got 2 batteries.
That
Not a hybrid?
no.
No. You're the car guy. I won't question you.
Jesus. Not a hybrid.
Why is it not a hybrid? It's got a gas and a battery. It runs on both.
But almost every car.
I don't think yours is a hybrid. I've never seen any hybrid logos on it.
Yes.
Does it say hybrid
there's
on the side?
That's a great question that I'll have to check. Does it need to say hybrid to be a hybrid?
Usually it says hybrid.
Usually
if
it
it's a
should. I
hybrid.
get it. But it's an EcoBoost. That's what it is.
That's not a hybrid.
But here's
That
the
just
thing.
means you get good gas mileage on the highway and it shuts down cylinders.
Right, but when I'm holding the gas, it uses the gas, right? But when I'm like going in town, letting off the gas, it uses the battery. Hybrid.
I don't know.
I think it's a hybrid.
We
But
need
going
a
back,
mechanic. Where's the mechanic?
yes, let's get someone else on the phone. But
Yeah, can we
going
phone a
back to
friend?
SEV, and the other question mark I do have about that one, going back again, is, it's not backed by Amazon. It's not backed
Correct.
by one of these big companies. Again, they put it, to the next day, pushed it off a day because of the high demand, and they didn't even get to 16 per share. We would have expected something of a boost from that 15, low mark on there. And while we're just dropping coasters, we're just, I'm kind of scared about this as well. I am going to just buy a share just to buy one.
I will probably invest if my things allow it.
If your advisor advises you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it.
Yeah, I
PTO
got-
in the penitentiary.
I got $100 that's waiting to get deposit. I messed
Oh,
up when
yeah.
I was depositing stuff, so there's $100 that should be going into my account at some point. If
Uh.
it goes in there, I'll probably throw it all at that. If not, I don't know if I'll jump in. It kind of depends on what it looks like.
Yeah, see what moves.
But another big one to keep an eye out for is EuroCs. Ticker is
ESSA? No. What is it?
ESEA, ticker symbol. They had their earnings come out today. They actually didn't do that bad. I mean, it was really close to the expected. It was a slight drop per share earnings. It's still in the positive, so they're not going negative.
Yeah, still better than last quarter, I can see.
Yeah, it's still better than last quarter. So it's solid. They did take the only reason I say to look at it is because today when we're recording, they took a 20% dip. And historically, when a stock takes this kind of dip, usually it corrects itself the next day or two, at least back to half of what it dipped. So if you jump in, say, the morning that you're listening to this, you should be able to make somewhat of a profit. But if you look at the 1 year map or even the 5 year map, it looks pretty promising. The 1 year, obviously a little more than the 5 year. But the 1 year is a constant trend in the upward direction. With the holiday season only going to amp that as companies are going to be shipping and using more seafaring travel throughout the holiday seasons. This company based in Athens, obviously utilizing all the straits and all of the canals and whatnot over there.
Because I see it, almost a week ago. Almost a week ago, it was at 37.9.
Yep.
Corrected itself. It is down on the week almost 23%. So it would be one good to monitor. I do see this as kind of a holding company for transportation.
Correct.
Are you concerned at all with? I know we talked a couple weeks ago on our podcast with kind of that. There's two ships trying to load at the same time, not enough workers. Do you think maybe that's part of the dip currently?
Correct.
And what are your kind of thoughts?
Correct. Yeah, that's the dip. I think once the holiday season, it'll bounce back. But I do think that it'll improve with the holiday season as a lot of countries are doing special mandates and stuff to get special workers and run 24/7 just so they can keep these ship ports going. Which, if they run that often, that's just more profits in the banks of those companies that do those work. So I see this one going back up. It's definitely a long hold. I don't think you're going to see your money right away. But I think if you hold it for a good month or two, you should be fine.
After January. Look
Correct.
for that
Yep.
Q4 sales and stuff
Correct.
as well. Maybe
Correct.
get out before that, depending. They might do well, so it might go up after that. But people always get nervous before before those quarterly reports come out. Kind of going back to another EV company quick before we kind of switch gears out of this current stock hype. Lucid Group, LCID. Currently, I noticed it was 28% up on the day for this Tuesday for this week, and it is up over 140% this month alone. I did see a report that they took over Ford in market value and are now valued almost to $90 billion. And they're also expected to release a SUV in late 2023.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. They're not really an American company, as most should know. More of a China-based company,
okay.
Correct. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, that's affecting, I think, the China restrictions on crypto and whatnot are going to affect that stock a little bit more than it might affect other stocks. That's why I see Rivian and Tesla not really getting too affected by these things, as the U.S. is all crypto all day. But yeah, so we'll see what that one does. As of now, I don't think it's a buy. I think it's a watch. If you see a harsh dip, maybe try to get in on there. But as of now, it's more of a watch and not a buy for me.
No, that's a good play. Well, let's kind of switch into cryptocurrency. Currently, we are sitting Bitcoin at just barely above 60K.
It went back over.
Yep, it did go back over. It was a little bit below 60K. It was 59.8 or something when we checked a little bit ago. It is down over 10% on the week. And it was at a all-time high of 68.7, just like I said, a week ago, not even, on November 10th. Q-Tip, what in the fuck is happening with the crypto market? I mean, Ethereum now is going down again. I sold all my, just about all my shares in Ethereum because I was still making profit. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna cut half of them, sell half of my, shares out, I'm gonna throw it into this SEV tomorrow. But what do you think is causing this?
Well, basically the big one this week is China announcing new plans with restricting crypto. So basically they have it's called the called the NDRC, which is basically like their policy like division that looks into crypto and like deals with the electricity like that crypto takes over. And so like they're basically planning to put in huge fines on anywhere where they see electric surges that are related to crypto mining, and they're trying to shut down like crypto mining completely as much as they can.
Damn.
Based on reducing electricity costs on like their subsidized electricity as well as trying to reduce emissions as well.
Damn. Because, again, everything has been dipping hard, but it's crazy because I'm actually invested in a couple of these mining companies as well. One, Bitfarms, which is ticker symbol, what is this, BITF? Yes, BITF. They actually released earnings, double if not triple their earnings from the last quarter, which is
when was that?
Nuts, which was just within the past week, if not week and a half,
How'd they do
that they released that.
Boost up?
And after, let's look at the week here. They were at, 8 even. They did get up to 9. Actually this morning, they did go up a little bit, 5 or 6%. But yes, today has been the tank day. It is down 2%. But this one isn't a big major mover as well. But over the past month, it has gone up almost 50% this past month. Was around the $4-6 range. When I was first looking at this one, I did start at $5, so we're chilling at $8. But with those earnings, it does look good. It just is kind of, all these ones fluctuate around cryptocurrency at the same time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Since Bitcoin is the main cryptocurrency, all of the cryptocurrencies are affected by Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin goes down, Ethereum goes down.
They all go down, unfortunately.
They all fall together. But I mean, that also does mean when they go up that they do also go up.
Yeah, and I think if you want to buy a dip, now is a good dip to buy.
Time, especially.
If you don't have any skin in the game, get some skin in the game. You can't get burned without some skin in the game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah, if you're not invested, Cardano is supposed to be a really safe crypto if you want to not go super aggressive on these high risk, high reward ones. Also, I don't want to butcher it, but it's like Pokey something or other. What is it? Let me double check it. I knew I didn't want to butcher it, but I did it anyways.
I thought you were going to talk about Shiba, to be honest.
Shiba is like the riskiest of risky.
That is, yeah, that's a risque. It is Polka Dot. Polka Dot.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Polka Dot is also a really safe one. If you're looking to get into a more upward trending one, they are actually, fun fact too, they are actually down on the week 20%. But on the year they're up 800%. So that one might not be a bad one to get some skin in the game as well. Again, it's a good time to invest in some of this stuff if you want a little bit more safe. Ethereum, obviously, probably one of the safest cryptos out there. Other than Cardano, as they're still trying to get their foot in the door. If you're looking for a little bit more of a high risk, high reward crypto, obviously your Bitcoin is going to be one of your biggest high risk, high reward cryptos, just because it fluctuates so heavy on the day.
Yep.
As well as Shiba Inu is also a very high risk, high reward. Same with Dogecoin. Those two have always been the biggest names in high risk, high reward. Yeah, the meme stocks, if they have celebrity say something about them, they shoot up.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous.
They fluctuate off of nothing, yeah.
Fortunately, Elon Musk has been pretty quiet with crypto that I've seen at least.
Well, Elon Musk, he's been dealing with his own shit. He's got companies coming after him. He's got Jeff Bezos trying to beat SpaceX. You know, he's
Bezos has his own issues, but
he's just been memeing about selling off his stock lately.
Dude, yeah, I think Elon Musk is honestly like fizzling out as far as being a like influencer, because I think people are realizing that the dude's fucking crazy.
it only took the SNL showing for people to realize, huh?
I mean,
and then his wife just left him pretty recently. You know, like
did that happen?
Yeah, Grimes, the EDM, she left him.
Yeah, so he's definitely one of the smartest people alive right now. But the dude's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah,
he's definitely. It's definitely like he's not like, oh, that guy's a cool, smart guy.
He's going through his like rebellious phase.
Yeah, dude. He's at that I have so much money I don't know what to do with phase.
Yeah.
He's got like a Lex Luthor thing going on.
Dude, he does. You think him and Bezos will have some kind of like lightsaber battle or something?
Oh god.
on what was it, Mos Eisley or Mustafar?
Mustafar.
Is that where they had the battle?
I don't know where they had.
I don't remember.
The Jedi battle, you know, Obi-Wan and Anakin.
I don't know where that was.
I think that was Mustafar.
I don't know. All I know is that Obi-Wan had the high ground.
Yeah.
I think Jeff Bezos would have the high ground.
Well, yeah, because he's gonna be in space, obviously.
Wouldn't that be the low ground?
Yeah, low gravity.
That is a great question. Let us know your answer in the comments below. Is the moon high ground or low ground? Q-Tip, what do you think?
I think it's. I mean, I guess you can jump high, but they can jump high too. I don't know. I think it's even ground.
But if you're in, what
are you talking about? If you're in the moon.
But now think about this.
That's what I'm saying.
Think about this though.
I think
if you're in space, right, and you're trying to aim a rifle, at somebody who's on Earth, right?
Yeah.
You're fucking spinning around and you get all backwards. How you gonna push yourself so you can keep steady? You can't, because there's no gravity. Whereas the guy on Earth is just like, all right, let me just.
I guess, but I don't think. I don't know if that's really a reasonable discussion. I don't think any of those guns are gonna work in any given situation.
Why wouldn't they work?
Well, how are you going to shoot a man from the moon? Or how are you going to shoot a man on Earth from the moon?
That is another great question. Let us know your guys' thoughts below. Let us know as well your guys' thoughts and what you're going to jump into this week with all these new IPOs coming out in this EV hype. Make sure to follow us for more podcasts, more stock news, more sports news all year long. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
I like how she move it. I like how she move it. I got that new whip. Jose the dude trip. I like how she move it. I like how she move it.